Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel One Piece Theory. This time I will discuss theory. Im-sama and the Five Elders are the strongest fighters in One Piece? The whole introduction of Saint Jaygarsha Saturn in his Zoan form seemed menacing and very impactful to me. I have always supported the idea that Im-sama and Gorosei are at a whole different league of power than anything we have seen so far. Of course, Im-sama would be even stronger than Gorosei, but even Gorosei themselves I always believed to be in the separate tier of power we are used to. We have to remember Gorosei are the highest power in the world after Im-sama, who rules in the shadows as the leader of Gorosei. We need to understand that Gorosei and Im-sama have no checks and balances. Nothing is preventing a mutiny against them from Marines besides their own combat strength, so they have to be strong. So strong that if the entire Marine organization turns against them, they have capable strength to defend against even that. In recent times, Oda has been building Gorosei hype and pushing them as very capable fighters, which supports the idea that Gorosei are at the very top of the world, literally right under the sovereign ruler of the entire world, based entirely on their combat power. I mean, Gorosei being combatants should never been in doubt the very first time we saw them. We saw them with battle scars, and one of them wielding what is probably a supreme great sword, Shodai Kitetsu. During their name reveal they were called War Gods, a directly combat-focused epithet. The Gorosei look like seasoned warriors, with serious-looking designs in goofy world of One Piece. Oda rarely gives serious designs to characters unless they mean serious business. Generally, this kind of design is reserved for top tiers. Sabo, who's called Flame Emperor. Sabo, who is someone who had no fear of Fujitora. Someone who had no issue fighting Green Bull and Fujitora at the same time. Was scared out of his mind, could do nothing but run away in fear. That wouldn't happen against 5 people who are strong, just in authority and not in strength. I mean, Im-sama can't be the only one strong, while other 5 shadows around him be fodder level. This already puts Gorosei's presence on top tier realm, because Sabo would at least be willing to put up a fight against several commander level dudes, even if he'd lose. But then there is whole Saturn and his portrayal next to Kizaru. Kizaru, a Marine Admiral, the highest ranking Marine officer, or at least 1 step behind highest ranking or 2 steps if we are counting Kong. One of the 3 admirals, supposedly strongest fighting force of world government, was shown serving tea to Saturn. This is the same Kizaru who has this attitude towards the idea of facing 2 emperors at the same time. But if even that doesn't confirm that Saturn is the greatest threat we have available in Egghead Island, and not Kizaru, whose strength I respect a lot, and put on highest of Yonko level if I am being serious, and behind only likes of Akainu, Mihawk, and Shanks right now. Yes, above Blackbeard, Luffy, Aokiji, etc. He is still considerably weaker than Saturn, based on the difference in the way they are presented. Saturn making just a movie, transforming into his Zoan form, if it is even a Zoan devil fruit, and not some kind of demon haki like Zoro's Ashura, is enough to have a rear admiral's head explode with Conqueror's haki emanating all over him, alongside some kind of demonic energy. It started out with several Marines getting their heads exploded and passing out from distance. But then that aura put great deal of pressure on Lucci, Zoro, Luffy, and Kizaru, 3 of whom are legit top tiers. They all froze for a second and felt under some kind strain. It's comparable to what Shanks did to Green Bull. Only difference is Saturn didn't exactly launch his haki at anyone. Just did a transformation from distance. Talking about Shanks, remember when he was walking in Whitebeard's ship, the absolute bottom-tier fodder, in Marine world probably comparable in strength to a random foot soldier who just got recruited, were passing out in Shanks' presence. Rare Admiral and lower rank means your head explodes in Saturn's presence. Looking at him in the eye means you die in his presence. This is much more impactful aura flex than whatever Shanks did in Whitebeard's ship. As a matter of fact, the most impactful and menacing there is in One Piece, and clearly aura in One Piece generally is Conqueror's haki. Which there is Conqueror's haki emanating all over Saturn, from the circle he appeared from, around his demonic aura, behind him. He he isn't launching Advanced Conqueror's Haki like Shanks did against Green Bull. It is simply his aura emanating. I am still not sure it is a devil fruit. We might be on the verge of seeing the highest level of Conqueror's Haki and a form created simply from Haki. That black aura doesn't seem like it's awakening, neither does that circle, but maybe it is. That remains to be seen. But I am almost certain Conqueror's Haki we will see from Imu and Gorosei are above anything we'd see from Roger or Shanks or Rayleigh or whoever else. If Conqueror's Haki literally represent the concept of ruling over others, then no one has done it on bigger scale than Im-sama and Gorosei, who have been ruling the entire world for centuries. The world that has Yonko and admirals living in it, where we had a pirate king, Roxdeed Xebec, sword god Ryuma, strongest swordman in the world, strongest man the world, strongest creature, hero of marines, you name it. That world has been ruled for not decades, but centuries by these 6 entities. So their Conqueror's Haki should also be at the very top of the world, in history, maybe behind likes of Joy Boy and Ryuma, who we know nothing about yet, so it's not even worth talking about. Of course, what Imu will show in terms of Conqueror's Haki will be even greater than what we will see from Gorosei, but Gorosei will surpass what we have seen from Shanks, Roger Rayleigh, etc. And if Gorosei have the strongest Conqueror's Haki behind Imu, they should be the strongest fighters behind Imu, as this is what we know about Haki. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is, Gorosei will represent a whole different level of power, power than we have not seen before. Power beyond Kaido, beyond Akainu, beyond Shanks, beyond even Roger and Whitebeard. Gorosei are just above them,